takes some damage. He gets Schaefer down. He's knocked out himself. Absolutely torn to shreds. Can they get in the ring? Product pulls Voxic out the shit. Here takes some damage. He gets Schaefer down. He's knocked out himself. Absolutely torn to shreds. Can they get in the ring? Product pulls Voxic out the shit. He's pushing back around. He's going to catch him out in the open and he's going to go down.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds tournaments. Join us every Saturday. Proudly presented by XPulZ.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us at the XPulZ show. We have a very special show today. The winners of the Dreamhack Pub Battlegrounds tournament, Scoom Molnman, will be joining us. I know Molnman is here. He said that he never would come on the show, but we got him. We forced his hand. Well, he forced his own hand by winning, so that's on him. All right. Now, without further ado, let's bring on Scoom and Molnman's DDoSing cam. Fellas, thanks for joining me today.
Hello. What up?
Everyone. This isn't like a new thing for Scoom. Scoom, you're the first regular guest we've had on. That's the second time. So breaking records left and right.
Yep.
Molnman, it is your first time.
It's my first time. Yes.
Molnman.
So everyone, I apologize for my casual attire today, but you can tell by the fact that Molnman is drinking. It's a very casual interview.
I'm not drinking any that stuff, but what?
Yeah, sure. All right, so now, so I have you guys on the show because you were the winner of Dreamhack, right? Tournament, stuff like that. And what I'd like to have is to get you guys like feedback. Walk us through what happened. Like, how'd you sign up? You had to rent a computer, I believe, right, Scoom?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What? Can you tell us a little bit about what you had to do to get involved in the tournament and what you had to do to actually play in it?
It was a BYOC tournament. It was a bring your own computer that they announced pretty late. I think they announced it end of May or something, and the Dreamhack was end of mid-June. So they announced it 2 or 3 weeks earlier. So it was a bring your own computer. So Molnman's from Sweden, so he can just bring his PC. But obviously I didn't want to ship mine over. I didn't want to have any issues because I only have one PC and it's my streaming PC and stuff. So I had to rent one. And since it was already so late announced, the rental place, the only place that you can rent PCs, only had the crap ones, the crap PCs. Because all the good ones are already rented by the people going to Dreamhack. So you just pretty much just take your own PC and you just download the client. It was free to download, and you just sign up to the games. Pretty much.
So it was PC equivalent of what you would say Molnman's cam is.
What? Stop hating on my cam. There's nothing wrong with my cam.
I think it was worse.
It didn't have as many features, right?
No, yeah.
It's bad, man.
So what days did you guys? What day did you guys get to the actual Dreamhack?
I arrived on Wednesday, I think. Wait, what day are we today? Sunday. Oh, I arrived on Friday, right? Friday the 16th. Yeah, Friday the 16th. I don't remember. The days are confusing. Yeah, Friday the 16th, and the first day was the Saturday, the 17th, was the actual tournaments. Yeah.
Weren't there games on Friday?
No, there were not. Dreamhack wasn't open. Dreamhack opened.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Yeah.
Molnman, how far away do you live from where Dreamhack?
If you go just to from my town directly to the other town in Jönköping, it's 3.5 hours roughly. But I had to go a kind of different route to get Ralph, so it was kind of first 5 hours. Now down to Landvetter in Gothenburg to get
Oh,
Ralph.
he made you pick him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it was an actual real life carry, is what you're saying.
yeah. I got him first, so 5 hours down to him, and then like 1.5 hours, 1 hour to Jönköping from the airport. So
Was that driving, or did you take like a train, or?
No, I drove my car so I can get him, so we can like easily like move and shit. There.
That's fantastic. So you guys got there Friday. Did you guys meet up with any other players Friday before that night, or anyone else from the tournament?
Friday night we went my plane arrived really late, so by the time we went to Jönköping, the hotel, it was like, I think it was like 1 a.m. maybe, like 12:30, 1 a.m.
Oh.
And everything closes at 2 there. So we went to the hotel instantly, like just went for a beer, and the first people we see actually at the bar was Elohim.
Really?
Elohim, Poopy Queen, another one of the community managers, and Oshi7. Yeah, we met them there. We had like a few beers with them and talked for a little while. Yeah.
Kind of like an omen, like it's meant to be that you're the winners, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What time?
And they said it too. You have to win one. Like Poopy Queen was like, you have to win one, and you have to win on the final day because that's the biggest prizes. She said that. We're like, okay.
Wow. Like
Yeah.
now she's gonna like just think that she can tell anyone what to do and they'll do it.
Yeah.
So what time did you guys have to be there? Like, what's the preparation like for a tournament? So for people that haven't been like there or participate in one of these, like the day of the tournament, what's the preparation like? Like the organization like at all?
Yeah. Molnman, you go.
Me go?
You talk, dude. Dude.
Like we were kind of stressed the first day. I remember, it was like we came to bed all around maybe like 2-3 a.m. and we knew that Dreamhack was opening like 8 a.m. I think.
Yeah.
And what we heard from other people was like people were like camping outside and like using tells to be on first on spot, and we're like, oh no, it's gonna be lines everywhere. We're gonna be like, we have to be there like right there like 8. And then we knew that like the grinding game, so like how to qualify, started around 12.
Yeah.
12 to 6. So we were like, okay, we have to be there at least like 8-9. So we slept around 5 hours, I think, that night.
Yeah.
And rushed, like I remember we were so stressed, like in the beginning, like we have to go. So we like rushed there to around like 9 a.m. I think, and we saw that like it was fine. Like when we came in, like they were totally fine. Like, it's like there was so many entrances, and we could just walk straight in, and then we just set everything up basically. Like,
how many qualifying matches did you guys have to play?
The first day, how many?
Yeah.
The first day, it was not that many people that played.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it was like the games were kind of only if I was right, Ralph, it was only like one game that was going all the time, right? The first day.
More or less, I think.
Like,
yeah.
I know.
Maybe 2. Like it would just auto start with like less people, because it would auto start after like 10 minutes or something.
And it was like 30 people, right? Or something.
Yeah, like per game, more or less. Yeah. There was like 60 to 80 players in total the first day, I think.
Yeah. So like basically like everyone got qualified first day.
Yeah, and the first day there wasn't.
So you
that
got
many
qualified
people.
just by showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like I could have played the first day if I just bought a ticket to get there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I should do that instead of like tournaments online. That would be so much easier.
But the second day, more people started coming in though.
And then the third day was the most, I think.
Yeah.
Did you have to do qualifiers each day?
Yeah.
Okay. So like the second and third day, was it how many people would you say were there then?
Like over 200? Over 200 players?
Yeah, it was more. It was more 200.
So there was like around like 100 plus teams and only 50 teams qualified. Yeah.
Okay, so question, since there's more people on the last day, right? Does it make you feel better about winning on the last day?
I guess, yeah.
But it also doesn't make you feel worse that you couldn't win on the first day?
I remember when I talked to Ralph about this, because I feel like, for me at least, Ralph was like kind of like it wouldn't matter. Like Ralph is kind of more hardcore about that, and it's like nah. For me, it's like when it's that less people, like how I think when we play the game is like different, because like you're gonna have less fights for sure, because everyone is playing this strategic like no fighting like into like the death circle. and then you kind of play zone. When you have a lot of people, you're gonna hear sounds all the time around you, like in those kind of circles. So you can like kind of locate where people are. But when there's less people, less fights is gonna happen. So like it's more like people can hide in like third person and shit. So it's way harder, in my opinion, at least, to like to play zone wise.
Yeah. So I hate playing and not hearing anything. That's like the worst.
It's scary, and I feel like when it's less people, it's like that. Well, I feel at least it was like the first day. It was way less fights than it was like in the last 2 days. It was way more fights in the end that you can easier could locate people where they were. I felt it's like positive and negative at the same time that we won the last day. It was like so stressful to have 2 days when we just I don't know, our game just locked, I feel like.
So speaking of that, the first day you guys came in third the first 2 games, right?
Yeah.
But because of the way Marius and Hollywood finished, you weren't able to win the last by even coming in first, the last one, right?
No, we could have. That's what we risked. Yeah, we could have, because they came second and then first.
Oh, by taking them out early.
Yeah, we had to. If they died early and then we won, we could have maybe won the whole thing. So that's what we did.
After seeing that, you want to tell us how you tried to do that and how because you came in contact with them. You want to tell us a little bit about what your strategy was to get them out of the way early in that last game?
Yeah, I mean,
I remember when I talked to Ralph, I was like, because we were sitting so close to each other, and I remember like me and Ralph is kind of like we're kind of loud when we talk, or like when we hear stuff. So, and Oliver and them, they're kind of quiet. So I Ralph, you didn't hear them as well, right? I couldn't hear anything what they said.
Only once, I think, when it was like really quiet, they might have said something that I heard, but that's it.
Yeah.
Because the Olis and Marid, they sat beside each other. Because initially they planned to do duos and squads tournaments. On the second and third day, they were going to do squads. So I already knew Marius, and I knew they were going to go, so they didn't have partners. So we were like going to team up together. Like we would have been a squad team. So we actually bought the tickets beside each other. But then in the end, they said, oh no, it's only going to be duos. So like now we're like sitting beside each other for the whole tournament. Was like, it was tough because, like Moma says, we talk really loud. So they hear our comms whilst we don't hear their comms. So yeah.
Did you like remember at any time and like try to be quieter?
Yeah,
I mean, we try to. It's hard though.
I started to do like this, Ralph. I'm gonna speak louder, no? So Ralph was like.
But it's hard because when you're in the zone in the moment, we're so used to like giving out calls be loudly.
So were you loud like because you came in contact with them on the third game on the first day, right?
Yeah.
You ran into them.
At that moment, we were not. I don't think we were loud because we knew it was so we were just quiet. But we knew they always went mil to power, right? Every game during the qualifiers and the finals as well, they would go mil to power as much as possible. Whenever it's a good plane, like far away from the plane, they would go mil to power. And that's why they didn't adjust. They didn't adjust like strat, especially when it's a third game. They won already the first one. They came second and first. Like you would think, all right, we just had two good games. Look at the points. Like we can die early and not win, but they didn't think that. They just kept going mil to power. But obviously, we were the only team that for us to win, we need to go for them, which we did. We rushed mil to power. We guessed they were there, but unfortunately, it was like a bad timing. We didn't have that good gear, and we had.
Well, it's kind of interesting they would do that. Like since you guys know each other and you guys had planned to play squads, right? Or maybe they did assume that you guys were going to be paying attention, and they're like, anyways, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, Mm-hmm. Did you guys talk to them about that interaction?
Yeah, after. They were they were like a little bit surprised, like we went for them when we rushed them, but then I explained like we want to win. We don't like for me, I didn't care coming second place or 50th. I want to come first, and the only reason for us to come first was to rush them instantly, even though they're like our friends and stuff. We need to wipe them out. So. Yeah.
Right. For me, it seems obvious that you would find out that strategy, right? That you have to then the people that are the biggest threat to you winning, you then have to counter their strategy. So you have to like create this counter to their counter, right? And then go for them. So what ended up happening? You countered them, and you didn't have gear, so obviously you didn't kill them from what we all saw.
It was like a Mexican standoff because they had cover, we had cover, but it was like a big gap between that we couldn't push. We didn't have that much gear. We didn't have meds, so it was like a Mexican standoff. Then Hollywood pieced it with a car, and we were so away from the zone too. We used all our meds, and we ended up dying like moments after that. But like if you look at it like, oh, you died like 20th place, right? It looks bad, but for us it was like we had to do that to win. We could have
you had to, but either way.
Yeah, we could have played it safe, and then maybe on the leaderboards we would have come second place, you know. But second place, you don't win anything, so who cares?
Right.
So,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you have to force them out of the game.
Yeah.
And as you saw from their play that day, it's not like you felt anyone else was going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so going from that day to the second day, let's talk about after the games that night. Did you guys go out? Did you guys go out and party?
Yeah, I mean we went out every day, yeah, but yeah, we had some beers and stuff. Did we go to Leary's that night?
Yeah, well,
I think we went to Leary's every night, right?
Yeah, I think every.
Yeah, we went.
That's the bar you guys did the IRL stream.
Yeah. That was like I guess the esports bar that everyone went to. Like the only one that was kind of open, serving food and stuff. Like everyone was at.
The esports bar, right? The new kind of sports bar. I guess that's right.
Yeah, but I feel like in Sweden, the kitchen closes around 10. Like almost every restaurant closes around 10, and we were like every day we ended up from Dreamhack when we came home. It was like 11 p.m. then or something. So nothing was open. Like we couldn't order any food. So Larry's was like the only place because they had like this. I think they had like Dreamhack Deluxe Edition kind of. So they like were open. They told me when I called them, like the kitchen will like they won't close. Like even we came there 1 a.m. and could order like chicken wings and stuff. They like never close. So I think it was like because they knew Dreamhack was going and there's so many people. So yeah, it was like good for them as well to just have it open. So that's where our like place to go kind of because they had food and no one else.
So I'm assuming that a lot of people were going there and a lot of people from the Dreamhack and the tournament and stuff like that.
Yeah, like the SK CSGO players were there as well. One of the nights too.
Yeah. And the one man, he was there as well. If you saw his reveal.
Yeah. I guess what I'm gonna ask is that did you guys sleep well the night after the first games? Based off of how you guys did the second day, I feel like maybe you weren't quite rested, or I don't know what happened. Maybe not a good breakfast. Because I know you're also invited to have breakfast with Poopy Queen.
Yeah, we didn't actually. I think that was the day or the night that we had the worst, I guess, sleep. Because we stayed up like drinking and we went to bed like.
Go to the bar with those CS:GO players, man, and you will not have a good day the next day.
I mean, like. It was like a fun tournament, right? Like we were just like there to just have fun. Like I mean, we obviously wanted to win it, but it wasn't like too serious kind of thing. Like we weren't like going to bed super early to wake up. Like let's say if it was like a prize money of like like any decent amount, we would take it way more seriously than we did, right? We wouldn't have been partying and stuff like that. But
is that why it was also more stressful the last day? You said it was stressful moment the last day. Is that why it's also stressful because you want to win and you realize that you had like the last day put even more pressure on you?
The last day was like kind of. I remember this after the second day when we kind of failed everything, and we missed the last game of that day, the third game.
Yeah. Why did you miss the last day?
After the second game, me and Ralph were talking. We were talking about our strategies and like how we should like change our gameplay. And meanwhile, like no one else heard a ping from Discord that joined the game. This is the password, join the game. So no one heard it. So we were like going, and then Marius just like. Moln, and I was like, what? And he's like pointing at the screen, and I saw in-game lobby, and we're like, no, and like guessing in, and we were too late, and then they said like,
maybe you guys didn't hear it because your talk's so loud.
No, we had our headsets off, so
we had our headsets.
We just finished the game, and normally it's like a 5 to 8 minutes break. And we just we took our headset off. We were just talking and completely forgot about like joining the third game. Our minds were somewhere else. I mean, we wouldn't have like been able to win anyways. The third game would have just gonna be a fun game because we came like 11th and 15th. Yeah. And even if we won the third game, we wouldn't have won the whole thing. So like we didn't really care too much. But yeah.
I was just pissed though. You were pissed as well. I remember.
Yeah,
we just like fuck.
Pissed because we missed it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah. Of course.
We wanted to put like a fun game like that one. But yeah.
What would be a fun game strategy for you?
Like going maybe spawn islands, looting the spoil islands somewhere far away, just like random, like no one will loot there. Like when the shoutcaster sees it, like randomly 2 of us in the spawn island, or just like literally just going around and try to go for like loot crates and go ham, go for kills, like do for like a showcase, right? That would be like fun.
Yeah.
Instead of like try harding, just camp a building, play it super safe, don't really get kills until the end, until like play and get kills.
Do like some drive-bys, maybe do like a backflip on a bike.
Yeah, pretty
fighting,
much. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That's always my dream, actually, now that I see it. And Sterdeki came on one of the XPulZ solo tournaments, or duos, I'm sorry. And he said his dream is to do a backflip on the bike over a fight while the shoutcaster is actually doing it and just like go past. And so now that's kind of my dream, to see that happen in a tournament, no matter what it is.
Yeah. I mean, in game 2 on the first day, me and Molnman were camping a building at like Georgia Pole, and there's a hill at like beside the bridge, and there was actually a team with a buggy, like just passing by, and we see another team with a 2-man bike chasing behind with a gun. This is in a final, by the way. I don't know if I don't think they captured it on the spectator, but it was for us to see. It was a buggy like running away from a bike who was shooting at them. And then they pieced it, and the bike guy went up the hill and did a backflip. They did a backflip in the tournament. 2 guys on a bike. They landed the freaking backflip and they carried on. I don't know who it was to this day. I want to know who that was. But I was just watching it third person. I was like laughing my head off. Like, what the fuck just happened? In a fucking final, they were like doing H1Z1 and then doing a freaking flip there. It was pretty funny.
I feel like that's a perfect example of why, like, for like a battle royale, like a battle genre, the genre, when it comes to shoutcasting, you need like 5 or 6 admins in there watching like players that are close, and just continually watching those like groups, right, that area, so that if something happens, they can notify them, and kind of in our ear, kind of like how when we do the show, you can hear Jack on our ear as a producer, right?
Yeah.
They kind of need someone to tell like Panky or whoever else is controlling it, hey, like switch over, and so you can kind of see stuff like that. Especially if two groups are moving very fast, close to each other, it means they're definitely in vehicles,
Yeah.
And that's definitely something you'd want to see.
Yeah, that, and I think like obviously you can't catch the action all the time. Like if it's 2 different teams fighting against each other, you can only capture one. I feel like they need a replay system, like a rewind, like a quick rewind. Like whenever these 2 teams fight, let's say they die and then there's nothing going on for the next 10 seconds, show that rewind on that fight that happened that you didn't show, and I feel that would be cool.
Yeah, so what we're hoping to do, we have one partnership here with XPulZ. We're trying to get 1 or 2 more, so that way when Stifler shoutcasts, we can have others in there, and we just record the gameplay of other people, just keep track of certain areas, and then that way we can go back and cut together like replays or show replays in between the games, and stuff like that. Because I feel like that would be a good feature to have, even if it's just something silly like you just explained there,
Yeah, exactly.
Because then you kind of promote people who can't necessarily win the tournament to do fun stuff, right? That you can capture out there. So I watched. I think it was the last game of day 2. I don't know if you guys sat there and watched it since you guys didn't get in. Was that the game that Marius tried to get Taylor with the pan at the end from like 60 yards away or whatever it was? He basically tried to like matrix that, like, I feel like they got really like they had a lot of fun there doing that, to even try that. I mean, but even at the end, what was it, the clip on the first day? What was it, Marius, where he just ran at the 2 guys with the shotgun?
Yeah.
I feel like Marius and Ollie would you ever heard the term like loose cannon?
Yeah.
I feel like they play it fast and loose like sometimes, right? Because they are skilled, and when you do that, you feel like you can do certain things along those lines.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that I was say, did you guys try anything along those lines during the games that you knew that you couldn't win?
Not really. I mean, yeah, we wanted to do it the 3rd game of the 2nd day. That's the game we wanted to do, just stuff like just go loose, I guess. Yeah, because we knew we were gonna win. And the 3rd day, the 3rd game, like we were thinking about it, but we just never pulled the trigger. We just didn't do anything. Like we knew we won already in the 3rd day because we won the 1st game and the 2nd game, and we were on top of the leaderboard in points. Even if whoever won that game, like it didn't matter. Like we won, but I don't know. We just didn't do it. Like we were like zombies just running forward and died. So
okay, so let's see. That night You guys did the IRL stream, whatever. We all saw you. You had the beer the size of, Molnman's forearm. That he needed 2 hands to pour. Who was the guy with you at the table in the IRL stream? The random Swede.
No, it's Kalle. It's an IRL friend of me, one of my favorite mods to say. Yeah, he's one of my friends. He's there. He heard that I was going down, so he's like, he didn't book anything before, and then when he heard that I'm going down, he's like, he booked everything and went down with me. I took the train though because he couldn't.
Wait,
find
so he was
tickets.
like modding. He was like modding for you in real life. That's basically what he's doing. He's like real IRL mod.
He's an IRL mod. No. No.
Well, now that we know that, it makes a lot more sense because he's like, no, face the camera towards you. You haven't shown Scoom enough. Like, he actually was IRL modding. I want to go back and watch the VOD now because he's really going to be like a real life mod. He was literally mentioning questions to you if you were asking in chat. That's the most ridiculous thing ever. Like, wow, okay. Congrats to him, man. Maybe you should make him like top mod or something.
He's top mod.
All right, so for everyone out there in the chat and everyone who streams, that's what a mod should be. That is exactly what you want a mod to do. They will come to you in real life and mod for you in person. So and if you have any mods that won't do that, then they need to go. Okay, so going on to like the third day, right? Qualifiers. There's obviously a lot more people there. During the qualifiers, did you guys have a sense that like you guys were playing well or things were going well for you then?
Yeah, I mean the night before that after the second day, after having probably the worst day, because like during the qualifiers and the second day didn't go well either. Like we just didn't have synergy. I don't know, we just didn't have synergy. Our comms were bad, our aim was bad, like throughout the whole day of the second day, pretty much. And yeah, after that like disastral day, we were like, okay, let's like sit back in the hotel. It was like 2 a.m. or something after going out. We were like, let's watch the VODs. We watched like all the VODs where people were going. Like what are the good spots we can go? Because we lacked loot the first 2 days. I mean, we looted a lot, but we just never got lucky. We got
a 4x in all the games. We got a 4x the whole days, and it was like we got so frustrated by it.
For winning.
Yeah,
I mean 4x I feel like is what you gotta have, especially like end game if you want to get people.
Exactly.
But
so
it's like a confidence boost as well. Just to have a 4x, we just have all the red dots all the time, and it's like it was so frustrating as well.
So that's
Red Dot is having like a really bad cam when you're streaming or like something like that.
No.
Yeah, Red Dot is Molnman, 4x is my cam. The quality difference,
Stop hating on him.
But yeah, we were like, we need to come with a plan to get better loot and just like what are we doing wrong, right? Like look at our games and stuff like that. So we had a plan to risk places that have better loot just because we need to risk the 4x's. Like if we get our gear, we're comfortable. So that's what we stayed up pretty much all night studying that.
And we have to sleep better this time. We're gonna like the last day. We're gonna have to like at least sleep longer than like the days before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, after the plans we did when we changed pretty much our plan overall. What we were used to before the other 2 days, we kind of changed it like our whole like routine. And
how so?
Sorry?
How did you change it?
I mean, we changed up some like how we're thinking. In my opinion, we were like, usually we go like if we get this plane and this plane, we usually go these places. But then we just changed it completely, more or less, and like we're gonna go either here, or here. Like if the plane goes here, and then we wait, and we thought differently, and like not to say too much, but like take more risks. What I would say.
Yeah. Was that based off of like the competition, or just kind of like trying to change up like the flow and energy?
Like Ralph said, like both, and like more loot. Like we were so tired of not getting like a 4x or like scopes. We're just sitting there with like hollows or like red dots all the time, and we're so tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
So tired of it. And then in the grinding games the next day, when we actually tried it, every time we tried the strat or like tried on new places, we always got like 4x 8 times and like the shit we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And
and then we just played well too. Like I don't know, the third day for some reason, like everything, like I guess I guess we just warmed up. Like the first 2 days was warming up of LAN event and stuff, like just getting used to the whole thing, you know, like the desk and the area, like it's because it was hot in there and I'm not used to like hot. I guess the third day we just clicked and everything worked like what we normally do online, you know, like we played online duos. We've like we have like a 60% win rate on online, you know, versus 100 players. Like why are we not doing this at LAN when there's probably the same quality of players or less, you know? And because we had like good aim and good synergy. So on the third day, we were landing shots. Our comms was good. Our movements were good, and yeah, we had loot. So that's pretty much it.
The first game that you guys won the first day. When you guys dropped down, where did you guys decide to start, like to loot?
The first game was I think it was in west to east plane. I think like from Georgia Pole to Milta ish. Mm-hmm. Like something like that, and we decided when it was that we would either go military or Novo, depending where we saw people.
Wait, so first game third day or first game first day?
Third day.
Third day.
Yeah.
The one that you won, yeah.
Yeah, so we were gonna go military that game. Like we waited until the plane kicked us out, kind of thing. We jumped out and we were going to military, like above the bridge, and I saw and Molnman saw one team like parachuting to military, just one team. But then I looked down to Novo, and there was literally no one going to Novo. And it's like, do you want to risk 50-50 for military or just get Novo? And we went instantly for Novo. And we looted the whole game there. Like, they showed it in the shoutcast that the circle, like the second circle was already shrinking in, and we were still at the bottom of Novo because we just had it for... Like, if you loot Novo all by yourself, you can have a lot of meds and keep looting. And that game, I guess, yeah, we had like full tier 3, 4Xs, 8Xs. We had all the meds in the world. We had everything that game, which... It gave us a good confidence, for sure, boost to go in.
I feel like throughout the whole tournament, they would look and they would pan out, and like there was numerous times where everyone's like in a certain area as the ring goes, and you guys would be like way out here, like going around. I feel like you guys spent more time like away from like the ring than you guys did like actually in it, like to a certain degree.
Yeah, that's what we always do.
Yeah, you guys are like the last ones to show up to the party, essentially. I feel like I wish they would have picked up on that more and the shoutcast. Be like, oh, but of course, you know, as usual, Scoom Molnman, 15 miles out, 15 kilometers outside the ring, you know, like, so the first game that you guys won, I can't remember off the top of my head, how many kills did you guys get?
I think 8 that first game. I think I got 6 and Molnman got 2 in the first game. Was that the game? Was that the game that at the end you told Molnman you had to break up with him instead of reviving him? That was second game. That was the second
game. Yeah. Okay. So the first game you won, and then Scoom, you're kind of like, let me see if I can win this one by myself. At the end. So the second game. Okay. So speaking of the second game, where did you guys loot there? Where did you guys start?
The second game was horrible.
I remember that game. It was a plane west going to Malta, and usually our plan then is kind of we want to go north George, that game. And we were looking at the plane, and Ralph was like, "We're going now? Are we going now?" And I was looking, I was like, "No, I have a bad feeling. Like people are gonna go." Before another of the games when we looked, no one went north George Ball, like no one. And I had a feeling about this game. I was like, I don't think this is good. I don't believe it. We wait. And our second plan was going to then shooting range, kind of Severny, and we didn't go George Bull that game. We went we dropped around Roshok, and we're going to a compound and going to get a car, and then going to shooting range in Severny. And in that game was kind of funny because we got a car, Dacia, instantly. We were going, and then over the bridge by the compound by Roshok, over the bridge, there's like a little gap there, and Ralph flipped our car instantly. He flipped our car. Like it was upside down. It was upside down instantly.
There was a team in front of us. Like we were like it was us 2 teams like racing towards Severny, right? And before the bridge there's a little bump, and the team in front of us, the guy flipped his bike, right? He flipped his bike at the bump. I'm like, I'm gonna run him over. I go straight to run him over, and I flip in the same spot. Go flat. Like that shit was like this. Like just flat. We couldn't even flip it. And we're just both of us there at the beginning. We look to our right and we see a UAZ coming straight.
And I was like, screams, Ralph, don't get out. Stay in the car. They're going to drive us over. And they just flew by, and then we're like, oh fuck. And then we have to loot the compounds all the time. We were thinking like kind of then this was like we're fucked.
Yeah, we're fucked.
We
it
have
was
nothing.
funny because people landed shooting range, people landed in the apartments, people landed Rozok, and the only thing we landed where we were was like 2 shitty compounds where the garages are, and we literally we looted that, we had nothing. Like I think we had like tier 1 stuff, red dots, nothing at all, and then we saw the circle shifted all the way down to military, like the island at the bottom, and we were like, let's just fucking go early. Let's just loot the houses early, and like no one's gonna be there. So we took I think it was a UAZ, and we just like drove there, took the boat. And just
we drove first to the bridge east, and then we saw a guy. I was driving.
Yeah.
We saw a guy running on the fucking bridge, and I was like, should we go? Should we go? And they were like, we were mixed, and then we just like, no, we go down and found a boat, and then we drove over and just looted the small houses all the time, like all the time by the water, kinda all the time. And then I don't know if they got it on cam. I don't think they got it on Twitch. It was like, when Ralph was looting up on the street, I was like, we were having 2 cars back then. I was like, I'm gonna go back to the water. Do you think it's safe? And I was like, I don't know, man. It's up to you. And I'm going down. And when I looted one house, I was like, oh shit, there's a guy here. He started to shoot at me, and Ralph was coming later. I think it took like some minutes, and I downed one guy, and the other dude just like running around me all the time in this little compound by the water. And Ralph was coming as well later, and it was like kind of long, like just standoff. We all could third person each other. Like I could see him run like left, right, kind of long distances as well. And he could see me on the left light, trying to get like a good angle on him. I hope they catch it, but I don't think they did.
No, I don't think they caught that fight.
Because then he later like drove off and rested his friend, and me and Ralph just tried to go forward and we pieced it, tried to go more east and try to get better loot.
Yeah, because we didn't have much loot, so like every time we like, if you don't have a 4x, and especially in some area, like some range, like some fights you just can't take it. I'm like, just piece it, let's just run. You know, we knocked one guy down, like we couldn't kill the second guy, so we just left and carried on looting houses. And every time we just run into another team. Like it was, the second game was like really shit, but like I don't know.
We had like no ammo. I remember when we went close to military, we went up towards the hill, like more central. Like if you think about military, and if you think about like the 3 buildings in military, more north of it is a big hill. It's a huge hill. So we were going towards that instead.
We just went central, man.
Yeah, try to control the hill like more. And they didn't catch it as well, I think. Later on, like I was more towards military, and Ralph was like kind of more north of me. And then I see 2 guys like next to me, like just drop off their USZ. And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to fight it. And Ralph was like, yeah, take it, but I'm too far away. So I downed one guy, and then the other guy tried to rest, like he knows that I'm there. So I was like calling for Ralph, but I was too far away. And I killed them both later on. But then by me and Ralph trying to like loot them, we got shot from a guy in military. I think when we, in the end, it was just a lone guy. He was just alone, I think. He was a solo guy. But he like, oh, okay. He was scaring us a bit because he was like hitting while we were looting, and that spot, we kind of wanted that spot, and then we have to like go more like east northwise to go there. But
at what point of the game, since you said like you didn't get a whole lot of loot, and
after killing those guys, we got like quite enough loot. We got the ammo from those guys. Like the guys, he killed 2 guys, we got like ammo, but they had like an M24 and more stuff, but we couldn't finish looting. But we got like the 4x's, 8x's and stuff from that guy. Yeah.
Do you feel that was the point of the game where it turned?
Yeah. We were in the middle of the circle. We at that point we had the loot that we needed to win, and we were confident. Like we were panicking all the time. Shit, we don't have loot. We were just running in the middle of the circle, and then after Molnman 1v2, those guys like, oh shit, we got the loot now. Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the worst feelings in the game is when you're doing that, like especially later on when you don't have like anything on, like you don't have, especially the 4x, and especially if you're running out of ammo. That's got to be like a horrible feeling. So really, Molnman saved the game, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, later on, Ralph saved the game in the end there when I got downed, and the other guy got down by the circle, and then Ralph was just like, he I don't want to say bad language, but he took a dump on that last guy pretty hard.
I love how you say you don't want to say bad language, but you've already said like every other word. I mean, every word that you could say so far. No.
But it was a relief. I was looking at Ralph's. I think I said as well. I think it's not worth arresting me as well. Like at that point, it's like Ralph killed that guy that got down by the circle after I shot him, and that was like a 1v1. And it's like so big risk, but it was a hill like as well. To rest me there, it's like no, it's not worth it at all. Like you can just rush up in third person see us.
Yeah.
Ralph, that last guy, could you see him?
I knew where he was because when they split up and I saw the guy prone there, and then Molnman had the fight with the other guy. And I knew he was just there prone, so I just flanked right, killed the second guy, and then when I like had the chance to res Molnman, I'm like, I'm not gonna risk a 50-50 res, so I went back to the tree, and I would see him third person. I could see him third person, but whenever I zoomed in with my scope, I couldn't see him. I just with the foliage kind of thing, the grass, I wasn't able to see him, so I was just like randomly shooting where he was, and then I saw blood spatter. As soon as I saw blood spatter, I just carried on shooting and killed him. Yeah.
It was a fantastic ending. I feel like everyone kind of you kind of turned the tournament around to like everyone was like Scoom Molnman, because before it was like Marius and Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Marius and Hollywood, and like you flipped the script on that way. And I don't remember hearing much from about Marius and Hollywood that day. I feel like they didn't play that well considering the first day.
Because the style that they play was better for the first day, because they play more like aggressive outside the circle kind of thing, the zone. They just move around with the zone. And you can do that when there's not that many people in the server, because obviously you're not going to run into that many people, so you can control more areas. But when you have 100 players in one server doing that strat, like they got a lot of kills, they played well, but at one point you're gonna it's gonna run out, right? That risk is too risky. Like they're gonna have amazing games if it pays off for them, but like with 100 players on day 2 and day 3, you saw it. You didn't really see them that often. They got a lot of kills, right? They showed them get a lot of kills, but they didn't get like top positions because there's too many. There's like waves after waves coming in, whilst we're just like in the middle, have a better spot than them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't have the internet that day, and so all I had was my phone, and I was like driving around and doing other stuff, and I was just getting updates from Tia. She was sending a message. She's like, they won the first game. And then like the next message I got from her was like in all caps. She's like, they won again. And like I was like, fuck no. I was like, I can't believe I'm missing all this. And so she kept updating me. And I believe she told me at one point like about it that the last the second game you guys won, that Molnman was down, and she said in a chat there that she was screaming at her screen while she was watching. And she was like, it was so intense, like my heart was like racing. Were you guys feeling the exact same thing there?
When
you guys like at the end, especially for a tournament like this where you have more people there, you feel intense, or you just like in the moment?
I was in the moment, but the only time I like panicked a little bit, because it was a 1v1 and a 1v1 with Molnman. I saw him get knocked out. I'm like, shit, like I'm gonna face 1v2 in a different spot. But at that moment, I thought the guy was still alive, but he got knocked out, right? The enemy got knocked out, but I thought he was still alive and he was gonna flank me. So I kind of panicked at that moment. But as soon as I found out he was like, I knocked him out and I killed him, I was fine. Like I could kill the other guy 1v1. Like I wasn't nervous I was just in what I normally do in the moment. I was like calm and I can take this kind of thing, I wasn't really.
Yeah. So the third game, how'd you guys do the third game?
We did nothing. We did nothing. Literally nothing. Like we got 0 kills, both of us. Like we knew we already won, and I don't know. Like we just had plans, but we just didn't. Like I said earlier, we just didn't do shit. Like we landed at shooting range, and another school, and another team landed apartments, and we're just waiting for them to kill them, but they didn't move. They were just camping there. And like, okay, let's just drive in the middle of a circle. We drive in the middle of a circle. We like camped the building, and I mean we didn't have that much good loot at that point. Like, we
wanted to move earlier, but we got 3 red zones over us. After each other, like first red zone, and then we're like, we're gonna move red zone, we're gonna move red zone. And we're like, oh, you gotta be fucking shitting me. I think Marius and them knew as well it was us. Then like they could see red zone because we were sitting like this. We were like, oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. I didn't like move. I didn't even move my mouse. So I just sat like this all the time, just waiting for the red zone. I remember just looking north.
Right. They probably knew too when like they looked over and Ralph like had time to fill his pee bottle,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was third game was nothing happened. Like we just died, I think 20th place or something. We just running into the zone, and I think we ran into Marius, and they had third person on us. And
I feel like if that had been me, I would have gotten up and like, if you'd already won, put your hands up and like taken a bow like while you're waiting for the red zone.
Yeah, That's what we were. We were just happy that we were after the second game. We knew we already won. Like nothing could take us away from. We were just happy and like whatever. We just joined the server and that's it. We didn't really play. Yeah.
Okay, so what did you guys end up winning from that?
1080 Ti. Yeah, 1080 Ti graphics card and a 27-inch curved 144 Hz monitor. Yeah.
Oh, have you gotten it yet?
No, they're shipping it.
That's exciting. I've never seen like a curved monitor before. I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to try it out actually. Like I saw some curved monitors, some people using over there. It looked good. I don't know. We'll see.
Cool.
I know I've seen like curved TVs, but I'll be excited to see how like obviously your feedback on it from when you get it.
What was it more? It was like just a DreamHack ticket as well, I think.
Oh yeah, DreamHack ticket and like
deluxe edition plus skins.
Yeah, the deluxe edition key thing. Yeah, it's the same.
Oh really? Oh, from Battlegrounds.
Yeah, and that is selling for like over $1,000 right now, something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the screenshot you tweeted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's really the biggest winner if you think about. I mean, like if you.
Yeah, pretty much the skins is the best.
the
best, and money wise, yeah, like worth,
yeah, definitely. I feel like that's we're gonna like live in like a future a society one day where anything you get is just going to be skins, like. So you guys stay there. Which, by the way, have you guys played tournaments before together?
Not together, no.
We play one turn in Arc. The LMS tourney.
Oh yeah.
That was the first one. Otherwise,
an actual tournament. Yeah, we never played in like a tournament before together.
You guys have played against each other though.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you who has killed each other more?
I think Ralph killed me more. I don't know.
I don't think like we killed each other too much in like tournaments because we just avoid each other until the end, and then like something happens, they die, or something happens, we die. And I don't think we've ever like actually legit killed each other in a tournament before, like like in a survival league. I don't think we fought against each other. I don't think so.
Well, I think you're right. Yeah,
in like an actual like legit fight, I don't think we've ever like killed each other.
That surprises me after all the games you guys have played.
We just because every time we play Survival League, we know when it's kitty cats and they know it's us, so that we go like opposite places. So they fight their side, we fight our side, and then either they die or we die and they win, or the vice versa, pretty much.
Yeah, ones you just stay away from.
Yeah, I mean,
You minimize. You minimize the risk and you maximize the chances of like staying alive longer. Obviously.
Yeah, pretty much. That's like what we did in this, because we normally in PUBG we normally go to Miltapower. We like looting there, but since we knew Morris and Hollywood like going there all the time, like there's no point of us fighting them early. It's just stupid taking a risk fighting them early because they will always go there. Like they're like stubborn. They're gonna go there. You know what I mean? Like no matter what, like they don't think it. Like they don't like they want to take the fight early on, which is like for me it's like stupid. So like we're like whatever, give it to them. We'll find somewhere else. Yeah.
Morris and Hollywood, you heard it here first. Stubborn.
I mean, in the tactics way. I mean, they went there every game. Like, you shouldn't go there when it's a best of 3 every game, in my opinion. That's the only like they played much better than us, in my opinion. Like individually, they fucking throughout the whole tournament they were the best team, right? Yeah, I would say
really well. Yeah.
Throughout the tournament, but the only bad thing I would say about them is the fact that they always went Milta, and yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys coming on. I normally this hour-long show, but figured an interview we'd stop. And I don't want to stretch Molnman's time out here too far. Just try to get him as a guest down here in the future. And I'm not sure if he has to like replace the batteries on his cam or crank it or something.
Oh wow! He's done good. He's working still.
I don't want it to overheat.
It's a good quality. Why do everyone hating on it? I don't get it. It's okay, quality.
You know what? It's funny. I have an extra Logitech camera laying around. Next tournament you win, I might have to just send it to you as like my own personal reward that you get. Yeah. Although it'll be branded with like the Trey Latimer XPulZ show, so you can look at that every time you do it. And it has a lot of features too, so you can do upside down and
wow
black and white. favorite.
His favorite, black and white. So I appreciate you guys. Molnman, will we be seeing you stream anytime soon?
Yes, you will.
Yep.
And ADTI now, you have the PC to stream, Molnman. Where's the stream?
Sooner than you think. Will not spoil anything, but yeah, you're gonna see me stream sooner than you think.
A multi-stream where you get people to come on and sing.
I'm gonna do the singing more. I think like usually if people watch me before, they're gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be just normal. But it's gonna be like a schedule, and it's gonna be hopefully like really soon, really soon.
That's good. I'm excited for that. Scoom, you'll be streaming tomorrow after you get some rest today.
Yeah, I need some rest.
Yeah, dude, I feel you. I almost did that pajama thing that Tia said. I have like a onesie that I was literally wearing like 10 minutes beforehand, and I was like, oh, I guess I should change out of this. And I have a pillow like right here. But yeah. All right, so I appreciate you guys coming on for the interview. Thank you so much. When are you guys gonna be playing in a tournament next, or if you know?
We're gonna be playing the first person actually next week or something. The Curse Trials one, I think.
Oh,
we're doing.
That's
There's
fun.
like a lot of streamers, I think. And I don't know, the next LAN, whenever they do one, I hope to go. We'll see.
Yep.
Hopefully we get to see you there. So I think we're gonna try to have Marius and Hollywood on soon. Is there anything that you would like to say to them beforehand, knowing that I might clip some of this stuff and show it to them?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. I'm really appreciative of you, Mo, man. You like shoved me down so many times. I feel like the dude that is asked like a girl, like, come on, just one date, just one. You can leave even like halfway through if you don't like it. Please. I'll send you a webcam. I'll do it.
Oh, wow.
All right. So, guys, we'll be here next week at the same time. And I appreciate everyone coming out and watching and participating in the chat. And I'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Here takes some damage. He gets Schaefer down. He's knocked out himself. Absolutely torn to shreds. Can they get in the ring? Product pulls Voxic out the ship. He's pushing back round. He's going to catch him out in the open and he's going to go down.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds tournaments. Join us every Saturday. Proudly presented by